time. Okay, so here we go. And one, and two, and twirly, twirly, twirl, and here we go. Indeed, 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 man. It's 369 with your nasty ass.
You fucking stole it from me. You're like, I'm gonna get this out of the way before Tiffany's like 69.
I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my full of energy, just a rocket today, Miss Tifflebot. How are you today, Tiff?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. That's it's Saturday, thank fucking Christ.
Yeah, it's Saturday, and I don't know. It's pretty cold here. It's like I woke up today, it was 0, and it's just snow everywhere.
Yeah. No, it's a nice day. It's been here. It's been negative all week, and then today it's 30 something, or it's going to be up to 30 something. I know. So basically, tropical weather.
Yeah, man. So look, I gotta adjust. I'm adjusting stuff. We doing stuff. A lot of stuff, y'all. So we're doing our second recording, and they're gonna get better and better. But it just calls us to, we're gonna buy it here in a minute.
We're learning. Learn with us. Come with us on this journey.
Indeed. So, man, if you didn't know, we started doing video recording. So you can go to YouTube. I'm gonna put it everywhere. I'm not just gonna send it to YouTube because they play too damn much. I'm put it everywhere so everybody can, grab it if they want to. So, man, this is show 369 again, and we got a pretty damn good show for you this week. So we got in the news, we're gonna be taking a look at a new project from Taika Waititi, who's like,
which we love.
Yeah, he's
for the
like
most part
Fans on Patrol's favorite director all of a sudden, right there with Guy Ritchie, at least for me.
I know we do have like really some bizarre why those are the two that we can just agree on.
Right.
We maybe have no particular feelings about them personally, but we're like, yes, together, combined, we're fine with this.
Yeah, and as long as they don't show up on the internet in some racist rant, we'll be all right, just one day. All of a sudden, so-and-so said so-and-so. So we also have something serious to talk about, man. Some graphic novel stuff that we'll get into that a little deeper, but it could be a pretty good conversation, I'll imagine. I looked at it and said, oh shit, we're going a little serious today for the second story.
So it's a big story right now, so yep.
That's cool with me, man. That's cool with me. And if we got a hint of seriousness in our stuff, it's Tifflebot's notes, man, because sometimes she gets serious, We also have a game, man, because the theme for the day, we went to the show, to the actual movies to see Scream. And so we're going to do a hacker slasher or scary or scary.
Trivial Pursuit horror edition, which we've played before. And horror since edition. It's a celebration of horror, we're going to do this. And here's the guy. I'm not going to get any of them right. I'm terrible.
Oh, shoot. Well, it might just be nil because, I'm fresh into the horror movie.
But I mean, sometimes you're like, oh yeah, it's this. And I just look like an idiot. So that's cool. It's pretty good.
So what else we doing? That's it, huh? That's it. That's the show. That's it. Yep. Okay, man. Tell you what, that's the show. We're gonna roll and let's get it on. Oh, but are you ready to go, Tifflebot?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, man. We're back. It's social media time. Tiff, could you tell the good people on all the lands out there where they can find us?
Well, I mean, probably if you're watching this video, you're on YouTube. But for everything Fans of Patrol, go to fansofpatrol.com. That's our main hub. And then you can email us there at fans@fansofpatrol, or get to us on our social media, which is Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Fans of Patrol. And then, subscribe to the YouTube, check out our Patreon, and listen on your favorite listening platform.
Favorite listening platforms. So, old Neil Young, he got mad. He said he want to get off of Spotify.
He sure did.
Well, he can afford to get off of Spotify. We can't.
No, here's the thing. I'm staying on Spotify personally, and I'm staying on Spotify professionally. I mean, I don't, it's not nothing against, I don't like Joe Rogan, but I'm not gonna, I like Spotify. I mean.
Yeah. So, man, shoot, these are your notes. What are we talking about?
All right. So the first thing I mean, and I know there was probably some other stuff that was happening, but it's still kind of like a dry newscape. So I sent you this article about Taika Waititi's new comedy series, which, by the way, is a little misleading because it's not really his. Did you see that when you read it?
Yeah, they just did they buy
He's
the
directed
name?
the first episode, and he's a producer.
Okay, okay. So he still
And
has
so
creative insight being a
yeah,
producer.
he's got like in some control of it. But it's called Our Flag Means Death. And it's a
Yes.
comedy. And the other reason I put it in here is because, like, if there's some of you who listened to the show for a long time know, Montego likes pirates.
Yeah,
He
I
likes
do.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I-
And this kind of strikes me as maybe potentially along those kind of like lines where it's like it's a comedy
yeah,
as well as like some serious action, whatever.
yeah.
I really want to know what you thought of the preview because I don't want to say anything because I know what I thought and I don't want to shit on it if you
Okay.
like it.
Well, was a, first of all, it being a comedy, I'm a little cautious because I don't laugh, but I laugh at Taika Waititi's comedies. Holy Jesus! I mean,
I'm
I
cautious
really
because I
laugh.
don't laugh. You piece of shit. You're laughing on this show all the time.
No, I mean, like
Like
with
when
my
you're alone
entertainment,
watching a movie,
like
you're
with my
like
entertainment, I
you're
would rather,
Montego just watching a movie and you're like, hmm, when something funny happens.
you know, stuff that makes me laugh really makes me laugh. Like What We Do in the Shadows. I mean, hysterically
Yeah.
laugh when you watch that show. And I like the dynamic of the pirates, with this gentleman, the pirate who looks like the guy who used to teach at Hogwarts, and, and the lack of enthusiasm of the pirates, like they were in some like terrible, taco stand meeting in the back with the pirates on the deck.
Yeah.
So
There's like I
it
do think that like
looks
it's
expensive.
similar. Yeah, it's HBO.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But go ahead,
I
I
mean, they have
interrupted you.
money. No. I was started talking for you. No. Do you know like there is that kind of like weird, I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure there's a term for it. Just like the
Mhm,
disconnect between Taika Waititi's, not that this is necessarily his characters, but
mhm.
the way that they perceive reality and the way that it
Oh yeah,
is,
yeah,
right? So like
yeah. It's always
right.
like
So like the captain is like, hey,
right,
we're friends and
come
it's a
here.
happy time. It's like
Mhm.
that mid-level boss that comes into your office and is like, "Hey, work synergy. Everyone's, yeah, who's going to the after work happy hour?" And you're like, "Fucking nobody, Dale. Get out of my goddamn office." Do you know what I mean? Like it's that kind of shit.
Shout out to Dale, y'all.
I don't work with anybody named Dale and we don't go to happy hour. So I would probably be like, "Hell
Oh,
yeah, I'm there." So
oh, you goddamn
what
right.
I think
Look,
about this is I watched this trailer and I was like, it's kind of boring. Like I found myself like not paying attention the whole time
really,
during a minute and 30 seconds. I
I
would definitely
enjoyed
give
it.
it a try just because the
Yes.
pedigree is there,
Mhm,
but I'm not trying to say that like when I watch the trailer, like if I had no background for this whatsoever and I just came in cold, I would be like, not that I have no desire to watch it. It's just it's gonna I can tell it
mhm.
would not be memorable to me.
Well, I agree with you 100% with that. My draw is his name being on it anywhere, and so
Yeah,
I will at
and he's
least
in it.
look at the person. Oh, he's one of the characters. I didn't see him, so
You can't really tell. He's at the end. There's that other pirate
with the
that
stroke.
like is
Oh, he
like
did.
in
Okay,
yeah,
yes, he
that's
did.
him.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I said I did the pompadour hairdo.
Yeah, yeah. In case anyone didn't know what he was doing over there, that's what that was.
Right, the old pompadour. Anyway,
I don't know what that
yeah,
is.
because of his involvement, I'm definitely gonna watch it. And you
Right.
know, I would have never watched What We Doing in the Shadows ever if I wasn't prompted. Folks from the Geek World All Stars podcast network was, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. You was telling me I need to watch it. I said, oh shit, because I begrudgingly was like, okay, let's watch this shit. I'm like, I'm just loving it. So it was, more of that. And if it does that, I'm hoping it does that. If it don't, it just okay, fine. Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
like you
like
said,
end up that's how I'm gonna feel about Ted Lasso when I finally end up watching it.
no, you're not. It's the
Yeah.
Ted Lasso is not it has some hysterical moments, but it's not
No, I
like
don't mean like laugh out loud, but just like wonder why I waited so long to watch it.
oh yeah, that's good. I like it. I like it.
That's what everybody
And
says.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not even the type of shit I would watch. When I start watching,
You're branching out 2022.
I'm getting old.
Musicals,
Shit.
Ted Lasso.
Musicals. Oh yeah, yeah. Tick Tick Boom. Right. That's right. Which I
Yep.
still recommend. Very good. Very good movie. Very good movie. Anyway, man. So what else we got going on?
So the other thing that we put in here today, that you did say was serious, and it is serious, and it has been talked about a lot, probably maybe a lot too much on the internet because people will just start jumping in, but and now we're gonna do it. So Mouse, which is a graphic novel by Art Spiegelman about the Holocaust, has been
Yeah.
banned in a Tennessee school. And
Mm-hmm.
and I think a lot of people were really shocked by this decision because it is and has been taught in schools for since it was written, and it's really good, and it's one of the only books, probably, I mean, I read a lot, and it's one of the only books I've cried during in my
Mm-hmm.
life, and I think that that's like an important, like, it's an important piece of literature. But okay, so the reason that this book was banned is because in this book there's nudity and profanity, but
Mm-hmm.
it is not like it's not like salacious nudity. It's the nudity of victims of the
Of course.
Holocaust
Of course. Of course.
being like robbed of their dignity and stuff. And to say that that is somehow to ban it for that reason implies that it's tittillating. And that's
Uh,
a pretty gross claim, right?
it's all 100% bullshit. This is a white ring bullshit thing that's been
It
happening
is.
all over the country, and it makes sense for all the lives that has happened, that has come up to this moment. The victors goes the rewriting of history, and I've always wondered how people can have so many effed up takes on just the world. You like, how could they think that way? How could they, do this? Because you have like a certain portion of, not even the US, but the world, who just wants to ignore, you know, reality, and just rewrite their own reality so that they feel good,
Yeah.
and put themselves in the hero's light. And, I started noticing it, with with presidents. You have a president. I remember George W. Bush. He was in, and that cat was terrible. And I know it's politics, but whatever. And but when he got out of office, immediately, it was like, matter of fact, I'll rewind a little bit. I remember that surplus they had, and when he came into office, like $100 billion, and they were gonna, send checks out to everybody. The surplus was gone, and then it was like the biggest deficit in U.S. history at that time when the next president took over, and it was like,
Yep.
oh, it was all his fault. This is his
Yeah.
fault, and you're like, how could people not watch what's happening and just say, oh yeah, that this happened, so let's do this? It's like, no, I'm gonna ignore. I'm not even gonna let my kids. I'm not even gonna let my kids know the truth, so that they'll walk around like. And then that's why people
Yeah.
think so screwed up. And they're banning books all over the damn place, and it's just, you know, knowledge is power. So why wouldn't you want your kid to be the most powerful, free thinker in the world? Why would you want them to be limited and think that slavery was like volunteer workers,
Yeah.
working for the betterment of the community, which is actually some shit that's going on now.
Yeah.
They're
No.
not slaves, they're workers. What the hell? And then this thing, this graphic novel met people at their level, and was used for years. And now you want to do this, because it never happened. Ooh. So now,
Yeah.
we can just hate people and don't feel sorry for them or anything, or feel like we have any responsibility to put back in. So it's all bullshit, Tiff, and it's happening all over the country. It's
Well, I
just like,
think
wow.
they also were like, it's not that we're not going to teach it. We just don't want it to seem that violent or scary or horrible. I'm
Oh,
like,
you are.
then you're not teaching it because it is violent and scary and horrible. Like, what do you mean by that statement? Like, what I will tell you
Uh-huh.
that when I was in ninth grade, I was shown a documentary about the Holocaust,
Uh-huh.
and there were real naked corpses in it,
Yeah, of
not drawings.
course.
And I will never forget that. And so, and also, I mean, I'm not fine, but it's not because of I'm not like damaged as far as like my psyche from that any more so than I should be, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not like, oh,
No.
I'm too damaged from that. No, that's shit you need to fucking see. Get over it.
You got you a huge dose of truth, and it
Yeah.
stuck with you for the betterment. I had a reaction to a film like that as a kid. I remember 7th grade. They showed us this junkie videos. They try to scare the shit out of you not to use drugs. It was bad, man. It was people going through withdrawal and throwing up. I remember sitting there like, I'm never gonna do drugs. I'm never
I'm not gonna do it. I won't.
And
I
guess what?
can't.
I just stayed away from drugs my whole life. I think about the people like, that video, and I was just like, oh shit, I don't ever want to do drugs.
You
I'm
know,
sorry.
I was in high school in the early 2000s. So 2002, I probably took driver's ed. 2003. And in that driver's ed course, they're like, okay, we're gonna watch this motorcycle accident video.
Of course.
And they're not like, okay, it's not like fake bullshit. They're not like Timmy got on his bike. Now Timmy's dead. It's like dash cam recording. I see a trail of blood. And then they're like walk up, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Listen, that's the kind of shit that we should be talking about, right? Because like there was nothing in that fucking video that I was like, well, they taught me how to drive a motorcycle better so that I could be safe. They were just like, hey, bro, look at this. Ooh. This guy's out here, no helmet, bro. He's dead. Like I remember seeing like one of the bodies, and I will never forget it. It was horrifying. I was well, but no, we should keep showing that video, which I just think is made by a pervert, totally, a sick pervert.
Right, totally not the same thing though. You have absolute factual history, which people dispute, and you know why they dispute? Because of shit like this. We're not going to teach. And we're going to act like that didn't happen. And then people are like, it's a conspiracy. This stuff happened. And people are like, it never happened. Bullshit. And he's like, what? That's how it gets twisted. This is how it starts. Yeah. I mean, what did they do in Nazi Germany? Burn books. First thing they did, start burning books. We don't know this knowledge is damaging to the youth.
That's the weirdest, not the weirdest, but like the thing about this is like if you truly are not doing this for those nefarious reasons, do you not see the parallel of what you're doing? Like you're literally doing the same thing.
I can't remember the exact authors that were risque when I was in high school, but there were books that they were like, this is a shitty point of view from this thing, but we still gonna read it and talk about it. It's like almost like know your enemy. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and I took courses like that and read stuff. I'm like, man, it's all screwed up. But this is how some people think. It didn't damage me. It was knowledge. Knowledge is power. So it's pretty shitty, Tiff. And
it is. Also, everybody just go buy it and read it. We'll show them.
Sorry, you some of you great Tennesseans out there who folks is making decisions against for things you don't want. Oh well. And I guess for those folks out there who just want to bury their head in the sand, keep being stupid. And I think that's all I got to say about that.
I would like realize that I put this in here so we could talk about it, and then we just like everyone's dumb. I mean, it's true.
Come on, man. Knowledge is power. What if it's it's like I kind of agree with Anakin Skywalker. It's like the emperor. He was like, there's even shit on the bad side. You should know. Just so you.
Well, you should know. You should know the horror of which we are fighting.
Exactly.
I mean, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah. What if you never, learned your history and knew about the demilitarized zones and all the mines that's in all these places that hasn't been detonated, or and you just, I'm gonna run across the world for a marathon. I'm gonna cut through the demilitarized zone because there's no problem. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I know I'm oversimplifying.
That's a very but I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? It's just a very
read a book.
It's also just a very strange. It's a very minimal, like, even if we weren't talking about something so serious, it's a minimal complaint. It's a cartoon mouse's nudity.
Better not see no
I'm serious here. It's like that is just nothing to be. That is nothing that you should be concerned about. And I am so sorry to all the parents who think that they're gonna stop shit. Do you know what the fucking internet is? None of the people who want this book banned better have a child with a smartphone.
all their kids got this damn phone, and it's over when you get hand that over to them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
over.
yeah. Those children know more about what things that you are horrified by than you could ever imagine. And I know that because as a 36-year-old, I get on the internet and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ban the internet.
Look, could you imagine 8-year-old Montego with access to all the porn on the planet right at his fingertips?
Well, I mean,
how would have turned out? How only porn I saw when I was a kid, we'd be walking to the store and it'd be some torn up old porn magazine on the ground, and somebody be like, "Look, Billy, look what we got." We like, "Holy shit!" And that happened like maybe twice in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
I love that you are the generation of found porn. Where you're like, how do you get porn? I don't know. I found it in a stump.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I couldn't imagine having full access to videos and images at 8. Ooh,
Yes. And
shit.
even though you are not, here's the thing about it. People are like, well, my kid's not looking at it. Even if your kid isn't looking at it on purpose.
Yeah.
Look, Montego, who had no access to the internet, saw that shit.
All right. In an alley.
Right? It's just impossible. I do remember, and I'm not to whatever, but like I do kind of feel nostalgic for when you would go to like in my
Video store.
neighborhood,
The double doors?
the Come and Go,
Oh, what the
which
hell
is
that?
oh god, you guys, it's a gas station.
Okay. Come and go. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a peep show?
it's a regular just gas station, but I was going to talk about the fact that there was porno mags in the rack, right? Because back in the day, you
Always.
could go to like a gas station, a convenience store, and you could get like a Penthouse and a Playboy.
And sometimes they would have those little cardboard cards over the boobies.
Yes, but sometimes people would take those off.
Yeah, and you'd be sitting up there like,
Yeah, you would.
Just
You walk by, and you're just.
right. I'll take some down later.
It's like somebody else. So you're holding it open, and you're like, somebody else opened this.
Yeah.
That wasn't me, but it's open.
They start putting them in plastic bags because at first they wouldn't even have them in plastic bags.
Yeah, but even then, if you would sometimes go there, somebody has ripped open the plastic bag, and the owner of the store was like, "I still gotta sell this."
Yeah.
So it'd just be open there.
So from banned books to porn, I think.
Well, I'm so sorry, I got distracted.
Oh shit! So good conversation, Tiff. Good conversation. And listen, my white right wing friends, we still friends. We still friends. Shit. Just to be banning no damn books. Come on. Anyway, so
I thought you were gonna say to me, "Listen, my white friend," and I was like, "This is fucking hilarious."
I'm trying to say right. It's hard for me to say right.
Listen,
right,
my white friend. And I was like, "Call me."
Oh shoot. Oh man. So
he doesn't mean right wing. He means to the right of us. Yeah. Right? No bad right wing people.
Well, we're not talking about radical.
No radicals.
Yeah. Anyway, man, and if y'all listening to the show, damn, God bless you. Welcome.
Yeah, if you made it this far, or if this is your first time, you didn't turn it off, thank you.
Right.
Especially the porn part.
We definitely exhausted that one. So we're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back because it's game time, man.
Yeah.
So coming back, and I'm gonna try to beat up on my co-host. So we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. All right, man. We are back. It's time for a game. If this is your first time listening to this show, welcome, man. Thank you. We love you. Join us. We do stuff in this middle section that's different. Sometimes we do a one shot where we watch the beginning of a series or the middle and see if we want to continue to watch it. And sometimes we do games like we're gonna do today, like trivia games and all kind of stuff. And sometimes we do all kind of stuff. We have all kind of different conversations. This is the fun spot where we do what we want to do. My prerogative.
The rest of it's horrible, awful crap that we don't want to do.
So anyway, man, today we are doing Trivial Pursuit, which is not an official name that we do. I mean, on a game.
No, because it's actually legitimately Trivial Pursuit, you guys. That's why.
Right. Right. So
So
anyway,
normally we'd write our own stuff, but it's a little bit more difficult when there's only
so Trivial
us
Pursuit,
two.
we know you're not as big as you used to be, but we didn't said your name 3 times. Sponsor us.
Yeah. How about some money?
Mhm.
I will say that this particular set is one of those. Well, you can get a big box, but this set is like one of those.
Oh, it's the subset thing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't need to have
Horror.
You don't need to have the board, I guess.
No, I'm not gonna skip ahead, but watching a horror movie at the movie theater
Mhm.
in January was really strange for me. I'm just saying, I like the Halloweeny vibe, but
Oh,
anyway.
it was not
So,
strange for me.
so this is your game, Tiff. So why don't we
Yes.
get started?
So it's just normal Trivial Pursuit. I could tell you guys what the categories are. They are different than um like what normal categories are. So the categories are monster movies, which is the first
Mhm.
one. Gore slash disturbing is the second one.
Mhm.
Psychological is the third. Paranormal is the fourth. Killer, and then the last one is so killer's the fifth, and the last one is international.
All right, which we probably fall on our
We
ass
have
on
fucked up that one before. So
that.
do you want to go ahead and ask the first question? You can be first if
Okay,
you want.
no problem. So, what is the name of the pub that protagonist David Kessler visits at the start of American Werewolf in London, 1981?
That's really fucking rude because I feel like maybe we've asked this one before.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe that's just on the back of the box. But it's rude because I've seen that movie and I don't remember. Why would I remember that?
When I saw the answer, I said, "Oh yes, I remember that." But shit,
Really? Okay.
I'm glad.
You have-
I'm glad not to be you. Just had to
well,
come up
I don't
with
know. I don't know. You have to tell me.
the slaughtered lamb, my dear. Remember that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now you
that's
remember.
yeah.
Yeah. Now you
That's why
remember
you'd
it.
remember it. First of all, I would totally go to a bar called the Slaughtered Lamb.
Let's
I
go
would be
there.
like, I'm there. Oh, yeah. See, again, I am yet reminded that I would die in a horror movie
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'd be like, oh yeah, that looks horrifying. Let's go.
Actually, let me tell you something. I would not die because I'm that
No,
guy
I
that's
don't
like,
think you would.
chink chink. I'm like, I ain't playing with this, but no, we ain't having no knife fights. We ain't playing around. Hey, come here, pow, 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 pow. Shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the head. Make it come off. You know?
Like, I would just be like, I would go into a basement because here's the thing: I would hear a noise and I would want to not have my night ruined by being scared, so I'd go down there.
Look, I would have weapons like Boba Fett. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Next.
Yeah, but when you really think about it, it's funny because like if you really did hear a noise on like a Thursday night in your basement, you might bring a baseball bat down there maybe. But if you hear noises all the time and you're kind of like a jumpy person, you can't every time that you hear something be like, someone's in my house.
Well, the worst thing about my house is we have cats. And so it's always,
Multiple cats, more than one cat.
yeah, we have cats, you know. Hey, y'all, I'm just, look, the dog died and my little girls was young and they was just like, can we? And you're like, yes, yes, yes. And then next thing you know, we got 3 damn cats. So, but anyway.
All right,
So,
here's your question. I gotta make sure to not. I gotta make sure not to hold it up to the screen so you can see the back where the answers are. What was the author of the novels that Jaws adapts?
oh, shit.
I
It
know
was
this, but
it was Del Rey books.
I know
Damn
this,
it.
but I only know this because of I worked in a bookstore, not because it's such a famous novel that everybody would be like, "Oh, it's
No, I
that."
remember this guy. It wasn't Michael Crichton. It was, damn it. I don't know. But I should know this guy because I remember seeing his name over and over and
I'm
over.
just not sure you will remember this name, Peter Benchley.
Yeah, I do because he also did another scuba diving movie that had some sharks in it. And I
There's
forgot. I
other.
read
He's got
that.
another. I think yes, that had been adapted. You
Yes.
are correct.
So we are at 0-0, but I knew I should have
Yeah, we're
known
doing.
that.
I think we might do this whole fucking game 0-0. It's
I
really exciting for
refuse.
the people listening. Well, what are you gonna fucking
Refuse
do? What are you gonna
to
do if
win.
you don't answer a
To
question?
win. I'm gonna
Oh,
win.
okay. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm ready for my next one, which is what gore slash disturbing.
In the Hills Have Eyes, 2006.
Yeah,
What California city is the Carter family traveling to?
California City. I've never seen this movie. Either
Neither
one. I've
have
never seen the old one or the remake.
not seen this
I'm
movie in California.
just gonna guess, and
Yeah,
honestly,
shit.
I will say I'm limited in my California city knowledge. I only know the big ones, probably, right? So like Santa Barbara.
Yeah, Compton. It's Compton. No, it's not. It's San Diego.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't say like anything big, because that's not going to be it, right? Well, fucking fine then. I
That's
wouldn't have
probably
gotten
what
it.
it
I didn't know it. It was a guess.
Okay.
So here's your gore disturbing. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, because I've watched a
Oh,
lot of.
this is. I guarantee you have not fucking seen this movie.
All right, she guarantees.
Hostel, Part
Oh
3,
yeah, sure hasn't.
2011.
Was that Tarantino?
Changes
Was
the
that Tarantino? Tarantino did the first one, didn't he?
no.
Hmm.
Changes the
Oh,
primary location of the film series from Slovakia to what American city?
that would be Gary, Indiana.
I love that answer. I don't even want to turn the card over. Just like a fucking movie set in Gary, Indiana, which if you've ever passed through is actually pretty horrifying. Las Vegas,
Damn,
my favorite city.
I could have swore Tarantino had something to do with the Hostel, one of the Hostel movies.
Maybe he brought,
it's
maybe, for
produced or
some,
something.
when directors are like, they put their name on it, but they're like a
Yeah.
foreign film or an indie film. So they're doing it to like, to get it more traction. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
might have
yeah.
bought like the distribution rights or some shit to it, right?
I was like,
Anyway, we're disappointing everybody.
I know we're just going down in flames. What's this next
That's fine.
category?
Psychological.
Oh, that's what the brain is there
Like
for.
the brain. That's what the brain's for.
Okay.
Could have been
so
zombies, but it's psychological.
There's something else I haven't seen here. In the House of the Devil, 2009. What Academy Award nominated director played Megan, the best friend of the protagonist, Samantha Hughes? Wow, you are really like taking your time on this.
Academy Award winning director plays the best
Academy
friend.
Award nominated director played Megan, the best friend of the protagonist, Samantha Hughes.
Well, I'm gonna guess Greta Gerwig because that's the only young female director I can think of who's been nominated.
And you would be right. Oh, you got it. You got it. Damn. Wow, I never even heard of this damn lady.
Hey,
Wow.
look, it has nothing to do with horror. The reason why I knew that, and I got a point.
You got it.
Okay, so your psychological is okay. Here's one we might be able to get. You ready? What is the name of the hotel the Torrance family are caregivers to in The Shining?
And oh shit! Oh, I love this movie. Oh boy,
I like this movie. I love this movie a lot too. But I think that if you ask me randomly what the hotel would be called, I wouldn't be able to get it. Even though I think that is something a lot of people do know. I mean, it's a very common.
I should know this, but I don't. Hotel Royale.
But I mean, the thing is, you have seen that and you like it multiple times. I'm sure, The Shining.
So many times.
And we also saw Dr. Sleep, and he goes there. He goes back there, and they talk about it a lot. It's not like they're like in the movie. They're not like they don't like mention it once. They're like, you're gonna go. It's the Overlook Hotel.
Is that it?
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just kind of like a.
Wow, I thought it was something like the Torrance or something. Wow.
Mm-mm.
And I love that movie. I shame.
Like one of my early interactions with The Shining and why I liked it so much eventually was that it's playing during Twister when the tornado comes through. There's a part where they're at a movie theater, at a drive-in movie theater, and they're playing The Shining on the drive-in.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was in Twister. Yeah, sure was. It sure was. Wow, really.
And I saw Twister before I saw The Shining because I was maybe like young when that came out. So the next one is paranormal.
All right, hold on to your cheeks.
All right.
In the Amityville Horror, 1979, what character invites a priest to bless the house? George Lutz, Kathy Lutz, or Father Delaney? They gave you multiple choice.
I would say George, right? It's the dad, isn't it?
That would be incorrect, and I would have got this.
Oh, was it the priest?
It was Kathy. It was Kathy.
Oh, she was like, "Help!" I've never seen. Again, let me tell you something. I'm really afraid of possession movies, which is stupid. But I haven't seen
Really?
the Amityville Horror. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit! Didn't we do the one with Ryan Reynolds? Well, I just
No,
saw that. Oh, okay.
you
All right.
saw it. You saw it, and you were like, "I liked it."
Yeah.
So here's one. You ready?
Yes. All right.
In Annabelle,
Mm.
2014, the original Annabelle movie.
All right. Let me get myself together here. It's been a while since I've
You
seen
think
it.
that you like you shit yourself because you got multiple choice. Listen to this fucking question. Are you ready? In Annabelle,
Uh-huh.
2014,
Uh-huh.
Annabelle is both a person
Yes, she
and
is.
a what inanimate object?
A goddamn doll.
Correct.
I'm on the board.
What shape is this? I hold up a picture. So what shape is this? Okay. So that it would be
That
your
was actually
turn.
a question. Talk about a
That's it.
gimme. God damn.
That's it. So we're
Okay.
1-1. We're not going out on zeros. That's good.
So this is a
The
slasher
next one is
one.
killer. Yeah, killer.
Yeah.
Slasher.
What weapon does Maddie obtain from the villainous man in Hush? 2016. Never saw this.
I don't either, but I remember the cover.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! Look how deep she going, y'all. She like, ding, 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 that
I'm
brain.
not gonna be able to figure it out. I haven't seen it. A crowbar?
It was a crossbow. You'd have never
Shit.
got it. Yeah,
I would never have gotten that.
because everybody just walks around thinking about crossbows. So,
I mean, that was my next guess, right? Well, here's the thing. I knew that if they were talking about a weapon, it wasn't going to be a normal weapon.
of course.
So I was trying to think. That's why I was like, is it a crowbar?
Mm-hmm.
The original. So here's yours, killer. The original Michael Myers mask in Halloween, 1978. I know the answer to this, and I'm really mad that you was created using an actual Halloween mask of what actor?
That's Captain Kirk. What's his name? William Shatner.
Oh, yes. God damn it, you're gonna win this, and it's gonna chap my ass.
That's a super gimme. Goodness gracious.
No. Fuck me, I guess. Right. My last chance is international horror from you, and you know I'm not gonna get it. I've seen international horror, but there's a lot of international horror. All right,
well,
stay it on
let's
me.
see. As a part of a hazing ritual in Raw 2016, protagonist Justin is forced to eat the raw kidney of what animal? You might guess this one. No, you won't. If you didn't see it. I know.
A goat.
Rabbit.
Damn it. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So here's yours. Doesn't matter because you won. In The Host, which I've seen, this really chaps my ass. In The Host, 2006, of what sport is Namju an acclaimed champion?
That would be football.
Archery.
Damn, I just made that shit up. You know,
this movie is Korean.
You gotta say it like,
so,
convincing.
Yeah, you gotta say it like you believe in your wrong answer.
Boy, I'm very proud that I won right now. Played my music. Just play my music.
It's very rude, everybody.
But
it's fucking rude.
I don't feel that great about it because it was like such a struggle.
I would say that like I have a hard time generally with like movie trivia and stuff because I just forget. Like not that I did, and then people are like, oh well, then you must not have really liked it. No, I'm just forgetful. So like, yeah, I mean, I'll be sitting here, be like, oh, who was that actor? And I'm like, it'd be an actor I really like, and I'm like, cannot remember their name.
Yeah, we've done this on the show, and I'm like, God damn.
You're like, Jesus. But also, like, if you're listening and you got all those, you're just like very frustrated because I know that when people listen to trivia, they're like, it's this, you idiots.
Yeah, right. You fools.
Idiot. I can't even believe you're talking like you know stuff.
Right. So that's the trivia for this week, man. We're gonna take our final break. It's time to come back and scrape. We have returned. We're back. It is time for the main topic, everybody. I'm trying to get all my goodies together because everything is tripping. But there it is. Everything is perfect now. So, man, This is what 2022 horror mystery thriller. Scream. That's it. 25 years after the original series of murders in Woodsboro, a new Ghostface emerges, and Sidney Prescott must return to uncover the goddamn truth. I added that part. So, Tiff, who's in this movie?
So we have some new faces and some old faces, obviously. So
Yeah.
Melissa Barrera is Samantha, Sam.
Mm,
Kyle Gallner is
yeah.
Vince. So Mason Gooding, there's some people up here at the top that like, when are we talking to these people? Mikey Madison, Dylan Minette, Jenna Ortega, and now we're gonna get into some people. Jack Quaid, who we're all familiar with from The Boys.
Yeah. It took me a while to realize that was Huey.
Yep, there's Huey.
Where do I know
Marley
you from?
Shelton, Skeet Ulrich, and then I mean, I forget down. Why are those people who are like more important than these people so far down? David Arquette, Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
So, man, we're gonna do our thing like we normally do, and it's time for the Big Daddy. I think I'm looking forward to this more than anything. I want to know tips. One.
So I'm gonna say it's fantastic.
Bloody hell! Really? Oh wow! This is about to be an interesting conversation. You said.
See, you're not gonna. I just. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
The one thing that kept penetrating my brain every time something happened in this movie, I just kept saying, "Dumb." My one word is dumb. Damn, I'm sorry, Tiffo Body.
You think this movie's dumb?
Dumb. And I'll explain. There's so much shit to happen. I was like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Oh my God. Okay.
That's the point of the movie.
I know, Tiff, but
you're fundamentally misunderstanding them, you piece of crap.
Yeah.
I am furious with you for saying that.
Tiff, she likes this or not. Ugh. Okay.
It's very much like the original Scream. It's such a great redoing of it. I just think it was really well done.
Okay. I think the movie told you how dumb it was when they had the characters explaining exactly what this movie was doing.
But that's what they do
all the time. They doing shit like that now all the time now. And you're like,
that's the thing. Scream is a commentary on horror films.
Get it.
So everything that they're doing,
right? Didn't we watch a movie that just did this? It was talking about how bad. Oh, it was The Matrix. The Matrix did the same stuff, right? Yeah.
So that's always been the way that, like, there's the whole scene in the original Scream
where did it first. I talked about the movie.
Jamie Kennedy's, So, and that's why this one is so good, because it's taking the stuff that people are talking about now to the point where you're like, oh, this is stupid because they're talking, like you said, it's because they're talking about it. But that's the point. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
That's not the stupid part to me. But I'll tell you, we'll get into it. I'll tell you what we'll get into it. Let's hit those spoilers. And I love the original Scream. I don't love it, but I really liked it. So there we go. So, man, movie opens up like the first two I saw back in the day. Girl in the house, on the phone, life is being threatened, playing trivia games just like we just did, but nobody dies. And the creature makes his way into the house. And I forgot, he comes in the house, he's terrorizing the poor girl, and next stabby, goddamn stabby. And I'm like, okay, Take, this is what you got into. This is not what I'm gonna call them dumb. I think this first scene works. It's a complete redoing of what they did before, but it's a staple. It's how they start, and it's cool. I'm cool with it. I'm like, cool. I don't like seeing people get stabbed, but I was very surprised that the girl didn't die, because everybody dies in the first one and you never see this person again. So, Tiff,
yes,
you're loving this.
Yeah, I mean, it's so a well done. So, like, I know I talk a lot about on this podcast about like that's done. It's been redoing. They're just redoing it. I like it. The correct way to do a rehash or a redo is to like change it in, you know what I mean, in a noticeable way. So it's not so different that you're like, well, we're not even the same movie universe anymore, and it's not so much the same that you're like, why would I bother watching this? So when you start watching this, like, I like the updated shit, right? She's got the alarm that she can set or
Yeah, the
onset
door.
from her phone.
Mhm, mhm.
The landline is kind of lampooned. They're like, who even has, you know what I mean? Like this kind of great stuff. And then, yeah, I was also shocked that she survived. I thought she was going to be our girl, right?
Yeah,
But she's
oh,
not
yeah,
our girl.
right, right. So she gets it,
It is the
and
other girl, her sister.
yeah, she goes to the hospital. Right? Her sister is called, and she's someplace else. You know, got a little boyfriend, gets a call from somebody, gets in the car and go. I'm like, okay, so there we go. Immediately they start this shit with this group of kids, and I don't know if I'm just becoming a crotchety old man, but man, these bastards got on my nerves. I didn't. Ugh, it was hard for me to like any of them. I did like the dude
Yeah,
with the little
I thought that they were
highlights in
kind of
his hair.
annoying.
They were so goddamn annoying. Them damn twins,
Yeah.
the girlfriend, and then the emo girl. I was like, God, I hate them all. And so anyway, they go to the
But
hospital.
I do kind of wonder, like when I think that's an interesting question because when you look at the original Scream and those were like the
Yeah,
cool girls, right? You'd be like, oh
yeah.
yeah,
I
they
thought about
seem
that.
like those are my
Right,
peers,
right,
right?
right,
And then now
right.
you're like, these fucking kids are annoying. Yeah, so maybe we are just old, but also like I didn't think it was that bad. They seem to be very much in uh the line of the movie.
Yeah, yeah. They just bug me. I mean, like
I will say,
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, so not, I mean, we hit spoilers earlier, right?
Yes,
Spoilers.
it's over. Spoilers is a fat word.
Um, so the girl, the sister who
Yeah.
is attacked in the beginning of the movie spends a majority of the film in the hospital or off screen, right?
Yes.
She
Yes.
never really interacts with her friends that much until the end. Um, But the thing is, every time I saw her in the hospital bed, I was like, "This looks like a child," and I wasn't even kidding. I was like, the other kids look like maybe teenagers, anywhere from 15 to 20,
Probably
right?
because in
As far
real
as
life
even
they
the
were probably 35 and she was probably like 18 in real life.
actually is like 16, right? Because I'm looking at her and I'm like, she looks like an 11-year-old. Like when
Yeah.
she's laying in the bed, I'm like, and to the point where I was like, and I know this isn't why, but I was like, did they just leave her in the hospital bed because they knew if they got her next to these other kids, she would look like a child?
She was a tiny little person, that's for sure. Because even the girl who I thought was supposed to be her girlfriend, she was a tiny little thing. And it was like,
Yeah, there was like an
you know,
implication that maybe they were like a girlfriend, and I thought when
let's just assume, let's assume. Right, right.
yeah, when the
Sister
older
arrived.
sister showed up, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's a love triangle." But that never
Oh,
panned out. I
I
guess
didn't.
there was just some sexual chemistry, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no. Well, that was her sister, and so
Yeah.
I
No,
just
no,
looked
no.
at it.
I don't mean between the two of, but I mean like when siblings like the same person. I was like, "Oh."
Whoa, I didn't get
And
that.
that's
What
why.
I
Yeah.
got that she was the overbearing boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Mm,
she's a piece of shit. She immediately tried to turn the other kids against her, and the
mhm,
kids loved her, and I liked that about it. I said, oh, when she said I used to babysit everybody, and they was like, oh man, your sister cool. And then
mhm.
the one chick was like, she's a piece of shit. Hated her from the first moment. From the first moment, didn't like her at all. And even to the end, I was just like,
You knew it. You got it. Yeah.
I was like, just stop.
So
You know,
I will say that I like Jack Quaid.
who was
Like,
Jack
I
Quaid?
just like him. That's
Oh hell
Huey.
yeah, Huey. We love Huey.
And so I
You know who he looks
liked
like? You know who he looks
hmm,
like?
who?
When I was looking at him the whole show, I was like, I want to see old enough to be. What's that actor's name? Joshua something something. He was like on in Fringe. His name Joshua. Is it Jackson? Something
Joshua
like that.
Jackson is from Dawson's Creek.
He was
He's
that age,
Pacey.
huh?
He's Pacey. Blue is
Oh,
from Dawson's Creek. I don't know if that's who you're talking about, but yeah. I
I'm
can
gonna
kind of
look him up.
maybe
I'm gonna look him up. Like I was like, is that his son?
no. No. It's is he not a Quaid?
Like Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
I hope not. I don't know.
What do you
It-
mean you hope not? Oh, I hope not.
them fuckers is crazy. All of them.
uh I'm just gonna look it up. I mean, I'm sure this is very fascinating for everyone listening, but let's see what his
Oh yeah, that's him, Joshua Jackson.
yeah,
So
his dad's Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, tell me he don't look like Joshua Quaid though.
I
They look
Joshua Quaid.
you. I know you messing me up, Tiff. Joshua Jackson. So Randy
Yes,
Quaid,
I
dad,
can see
huh?
that.
Wow,
Well,
I can see
so
the
yeah,
resemblance. Yeah, I can definitely
Dennis
see.
Dennis Quaid is his dad.
Hey, daddy's a psycho, but let's keep on moving.
No,
So
you're thinking of Randy Quaid.
no, he's a psycho. Joshua, other boy, they both
Oh, they're
psychos.
both. I don't
One is
really know
just more
anything about
psycho than
them.
the other one. Yeah. Anyway,
Got it.
so back to the film here, Tipplebot. So she
Yeah.
goes in the hospital and they do the introductions, and then they immediately start the dumb shit about who can be the killer and all this stuff. And let me tell
Yeah.
you something. That female twin, I wanted her to get it. With that mouth.
Jesus.
I was like, please, somebody take her out. Please, somebody get rid of her first.
I didn't
And
hate her.
couldn't believe she made it through the whole movie. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, there
Anyway,
were like a lot of as okay, so one thing about this movie that Montego already discussed kind of is the stabbings are brutal. I mean, like they go and go and go. And that I appreciate that about the movie because a lot of I feel like some modern slashers will pull away from that. They'll
yeah.
be like, oh, that that not gratuitous violence, but I mean that's the point of the slasher.
So that makes me uncomfortable, but I know what I got myself into, and that's not my issue with this thing. So, she's in a hospital. The killer
Yes.
comes after her, and and they disappear. So we know it's gonna be two killers because that's what happens in these movies, and they knew it. And so they're doing a little analyzing. She goes back and has the thing, and they end up looking at her like she's the biggest suspect. I guess one of the things I found dumb was that none of these kids was taking this shit seriously. It was all like who done it? Who's gonna die? I'm like, y'all in trouble. Oh, God
The
damn it.
one kid who I thought got kind of the worst end of the stick here, the one with the sheriff mom.
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, "You guys, it's bad."
Yeah, he had all that shit in protection and nothing. You ain't do shit.
Well, and that's another thing that I love. So Scream has also always been like humorous, and it's like acknowledgement of the ridiculous in horror, which I enjoy. So
Okay.
that in this scene at his house where he is gonna where he's gonna get it,
Yeah.
there's
kept
like
closing
maybe
doors,
3 or 4 door closes,
Mhm.
and then that comes back later in the movie. They just do it over and over, and to the point where you're like, this is hilarious. Like, I mean, I
Something?
love that shit.
I would have appreciated it more if he wouldn't have got killed then. That because
Yeah, but he really got it.
the mama was laying out on a stoop,
Yeah.
and then the sheriff calls the police
She
and
called the
says,
police and no police showed up
it's
even
quiet
the
at
whole
the house.
time.
She got to the house, all that stuff. You're not even in the distance.
Yeah, I that is the one part that I was like, why didn't the police show up?
Next thing you know, they coming up
The sheriff calls and says,
calling
all
all
cars
cars.
converge on my
Yes.
house.
And I was like, damn, you don't even hear him in the distance, man. What, they got like
Yeah.
3 cops in the whole
I mean,
city?
I guess we're supposed to say like it's like a wide range, because when you have a sheriff, typically it's because you're covering a large range of like a county, because
County,
like you
right.
don't have a police system, right, in
But it
each
almost looks
town.
like that town looked
But that
pretty tight.
town looks like it would have a police
Like
force.
yes, it did. So I appreciate David Arquette. I loved his
Oh,
character back
David
in the day.
Arquette looks so fucking handsome in this movie.
Yeah, they try to make him look like shit, but y'all couldn't. He still looked good.
Which is weird because like I don't ever think that he was really thought of as being like
Right.
a heartthrob, but he's really
he turned into a hunky boy.
he's really raging it. He's aging into it. I was just like, holy shit. Because what I was gonna say was like, I think Jack Quaid's really cute, but I'm watching the movie and I was like, fuck Jack Quaid.
Dewey was cool as hell,
And
man.
Ginny was so cool. He got his day, man. Because like you're watching this movie and you're like, Dewey has been like progressively, because like in the first movie he's kind of like a goober.
He was Barney
right?
Fife, and even the second one he was kind of Barney Fife.
Yeah.
know?
So then he becomes like more of like, and then in this one he's like a badass. He's badass,
Right.
and he's not even like, he's one of my favorite kind of badass characters where they're like, not even necessarily like I'm a badass, because he's not like that. He just has become a badass through like not taking any bullshit, or like so you hate that scene where they're talking about the fucking movie, which I think is one of the most fantastic scenes in the movie.
Oh, you talking about like the house? I just hated it because I hated it because it was like it was just didn't work for me. It was like y'all friends just got stabbed up and stuff, and it's like it was just such like, who cares? We're all next. You're next, and I'm like, what the fuck? Me and my boys
So
like, look, y'all got some guns. We're gonna stick together. We're gonna kill each other again. Look, matter of fact, we're gonna go get this some bitch. I'm not gonna sit up here like we're all gonna get murdered. What the hell?
I'm
Oh,
gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember this. The thought of audacity when we talk about the next thing that you like that is absolutely ridiculous.
what?
Um.
That's the kind
So.
of shit that bugged me about this. I love Dewey. Courtney Cox, you know, she
Ooh,
came
Courtney
back.
Cox. What's going on?
She looked like Skeletor. That's what's
Yeah.
going on.
Well, in that scene where they're
I
talking and
see
they are
that.
like, they're like,
That's what
who's the killer? Blah blah blah. And then they're like, well, right now, and they accuse the sister, which I thought was brilliant because that's absolutely true. But then they say something mean about Dewey, and he's like, "Are you sure you're not the killer? Because that really hurt."
yeah,
Or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
or whatever, that cut
Harsh.
me deep, or whatever he says. That cut me really deep.
Yeah.
I like that's pretty fucking funny, and he says it very
Let's talk
deadpan.
about
It's all very good. Yeah.
Let's talk about something. Let's talk about the god awful de-aging CGI for the killer. The killer's
Oh shit! Yeah. I didn't think it was so bad actually.
It looked horrible, Tiff. Come on. I was like,
No.
oh shit.
Again,
Man.
I am forced to disagree with you. It does not look bad to me, especially. Honestly, I think it's on par with other ones we've seen.
What? Oh, Tiff, you
Yeah,
got
100%.
glasses
You know,
on.
somebody who doesn't hate this, or somebody who doesn't absolutely hate this, like Montego, please get back to me on that one
don't
because I am interested in knowing
hate
if I am having rose-colored glasses situation.
I'm gonna tell you where all the shit get dumb. So the kids are annoying. I hate it, but a lot of these things, kids are annoying, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
what gets me is that okay, one of the killers is obviously like one of these people here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and at first I thought it might have been when Dewey came to the rescue at the hospital. You know, first of all, everybody in the hospital is gone suddenly. And I'm like,
she's on a private floor.
Dumb. So the cop get killed, right? Cop is
Mm-hmm.
gone. She's willing through. Now, first of all, she can got stabbed 7 times. Let me tell you something. If you ever had an injury, you ain't moving like that. I'm sorry.
Nope.
You know, she like, and I'm like, what the hell? What?
Yes, there were scenes in this movie where she's, and again, I mean, that's small potatoes to me, but there are scenes in this movie where I'm like, because I mean, we're old. Again, we are old, so we do know what it's probably like. Like I've had abdominal surgery, and so the whole time she's moving around like that, I'm like, she's
And it
ripping those
happened.
stitches open. She's
It's
dead.
not
She's
happening.
actually absolutely dying.
But this is what really got me. So Dewey is a pretty strapping gentleman in this thing. He,
Mm-hmm.
you know, fighting with the killer. He's putting all his strength with his knife back and forth and shoots the person. And, you know, then the person comes back. Oh, you should have got it. You know, you broke the rule. And I'm like, it's one of these lightweight ass kids. The only person who would have had a physical, you know, confrontation with Dewey that would have been a challenge was the jock. That's because I was like, well, it must be the jock because if it's not the jock, how the hell somebody go toe to toe with him like that? And then it being like a little tiny ass little girl.
Yeah,
Get out of
I
here,
can
man.
see that.
Dumb. I was like, that's bullshit.
Okay, fine.
Man.
You know, I'm willing to say that is unbelievable, but also it is a movie about shit that is unbelievable.
It is, but I was just like, don't try to play me dumb, especially at the end. You know, she's like, and I'm like, she went toe to toe.
So you would have just like preferred like to have it be like not a strength situation, but like a cunning situation.
Thank you, because then you say, you know, because there's no way in the world she would. I mean, they were going back and forth with that knife with everything he had, and she got shot. I don't give a damn if you got a bulletproof vest on or not. And you
that's got problems. You do have like
it's
not like that.
Almost lifted him off the ground with those knives. And I'm like, oh, for real.
But you know, to be fair though, when you're watching it, you retroactively dislike that because you didn't know that while you were watching it happen.
Nope. What I thought was, I said to myself, I was sitting there watching. I said, if it's not the jock, this is all bullshit. Because it got to be a strong man going against this strong man. Because he was a strong man. I said it had to be somebody.
Or they could have. But I get what they were doing, but they could have switched it so that it was the friend that went to the hospital, and Jack Quaid was the one that was not around, right? So that he would be the one in there.
Knocked around all over.
I know he was.
You know,
I'm just saying that like they could have switched those two players at that point.
So at that point, I was like, well, he's not that killer. He could still be a part of it. But I was like, because physically, he could have probably went toe to toe with Dewey. And
that's what I'm saying. Like they should have switched them. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that really made me mad.
It would have been more believable.
They kept doing shit like that. When I was thinking, I was like, well, shit, whoever this person is, they're going to have to, because they were really, really going back and forth with people. It was a strength game a lot with you know
Yeah.
with some of these kills, and I'm like, man, this got to be some bastard with some strength, man. And then it ended up being them two little raggedy ass people. Oh god. Anyway, so let's move
Whatever.
on, Tim.
Whatever.
So, so are we? So Liv Campbell,
We
she
kind of
gets
bounced
triggered.
around. Yeah. So she does, and she's not in it very much. It's like she gets called in the beginning and then
Right.
reemerges in the end for kind of like a big final girl moment because there's many final girls in this movie.
Yeah. So they decide that they're leaving town. The girl
So
didn't want nothing
Dewey
to do with
dies. He dies
Dewey
from the
guys. Right. And
and
people are half-ass sad. The older characters are going through, but the kids, they don't give a shit about nothing,
they're having a
and
party
so
as they do in the Scream movie.
right, they start having a party, and then all this weird stuff is going on. Best scene in the movie is when the two girls was in the basement with each other. I was
Oh,
like,
I
oh
did like that. See, that's the thing that, and I'm not saying I understand that that's not going to change everything about your movie going experience, but like
mm,
those are the things I love about Scream is when they're like taking your like this is exactly what I was thinking, and now they're actually verbalizing it, and then they're kind of twisting it, and then also making you know what I mean.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, that was a good scene, and I just knew they were setting you up for the big, most gratuitous
yeah,
kill in
I
the
kind
whole
of thought it was
movie.
one of those two.
For the girl, the black girl. I was like, oh, she gonna get it worse because she's been toying with this shit the whole
Mm-hmm.
movie, has snarky stuff to say the whole time. And them people like that normally get it. So she's sitting on the couch. Old boy comes and throws everybody out of the house, and which was crazy because I'm like, if y'all go in there just to get an inhaler, let people stay. Let them stay. Go. It's safety in numbers, right?
Yeah,
Dude's girlfriend, she's all of a sudden she's horny toad because all her friends getting murdered. It just makes you horny, and so
yeah.
she's wants some. And I love that the dude, it was like, I ain't look the hell with you.
Right. No, we're not going upstairs. There's a murderer.
Right. I
I like that too.
was like, go ahead, young man. Don't let the booty get you killed like in every other movie. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't do it. But then he goes and looking for it, and with the
Well, because
finder.
yeah, she has she finally did that or supposedly finally did that Find Your Friends app that he wanted her to download.
Right.
So I get that was actually a nice. See, those are the kind of like foreshadowing or I mean callback shit in the movie that you're like, I like that because I mean obviously you knew that was going to come into play because it's mentioned earlier.
And I don't think that either one of those characters, maybe Dewey. I mean, not Dewey. What's his name? What was the boyfriend's name? Richie. He might have had a
Richie.
chance with the jock, but because they stabbed him in the leg. But I don't know, man. I was really surprised that he went down as easy as he did. I was like, oh shit. I figured he would have, went toe to toe with these clowns a little bit, but it didn't happen. And the girlfriend, she gets it. No, she didn't get it. She's turns into this creepazoid, comes in, talk about I could be the killer, but see, I'm like, what are y'all doing? Oh God.
Oh, okay. So this is the point in the movie when I will tell everyone that I was not in the theater because I was having a problem.
Okay. So
I missed the reveal, but I mean I went back in.
You missed the reveal?
I mean, obviously I knew who they were when I came back, but like
Right.
I missed I missed like that 5 or 10 minutes where the reveal happens.
Let me ask you a question. Did you know who it was earlier in the film?
When I watched the movie and I was like, it's the boyfriend.
Okay.
And again, I do think that's like a typical Scream going experience because it's always either somebody that you really expect or that you don't, you know what I mean? Like, so like they're always trying to make you guess who it is.
Now,
That they're trying to make you guess.
One thing I did like about the movie is they went hard on internet trolls. I was like, yes, you were 100% right. It's exactly what this shit then turned into, And so, yeah, so they're struggling. They're running through the house. These, both of the killers are there. And then they reveal themselves, I'm the killer. I'm the killer. And to me, it just fell apart so much because I'm looking at these two people like, yeah, I just don't see it, man. I mean, yeah, you can do some sneaky kills.
I mean, to be fair though,
sneaky kills, I would have been more, like okay, I can see that. But go ahead.
If we had a physically correct masked slasher, as compared to that happens more often than not it's an acceptable misdirect. because
You see how little that girl was? That girl was
I
tiny.
get it. I
God
do.
damn.
I get it. It's
And
just
but
to
when
me
she
there's
was fighting
no
Huey,
reason.
she was almost looking taller than him. Like she almost had stilts
Oh,
on. And so I was like, what the fuck? So she's the one that went toe to toe with him? Okay, well, okay, whatever. So then we got girl power, right? They got guns and shit. Liv Campbell and Courtney Cox, they show up, Gail and Sydney, and they're gonna go in there and clean the house, you know. And all immediately the chick come out, and I love how they was like, shoot this hoe. But then she caps off on them and shoots this woman who should be dead. You know, she got shot in the abdomen, you know, not the abdomen, but damn near the stomach, you know, probably took out a kidney. And she's laying like, go get her, girl. I'm like, don't you leave me, motherfucker. So,
I will say that
go ahead.
Excuse me, that the killers did get they got very intense deaths.
Yeah. So they're running around, and the explanation of why they're doing what they're doing, it just, to me, it just fell apart even more. I was just like, oh, come on. You got him, babe. Oh, God. This is dumb. That's when I was sitting there like, this is dumb.
That's good. You guys, don't listen to him. He is incorrect. It's so good. We're going back.
Oh, God.
To the theater.
Wonderful. I'm glad, you know something. I'm glad you're
glad that we're switching places. You're glad that it's you this time.
You know why we switching places? Because normally this shit bothers the shit out of you. These inconsistencies, they pop up, and you just like,
because it has like, it's not doing that despite not knowing that that's the case.
Yeah.
It knows that and doesn't care. And all the things that you are complaining about, I can tell when something is created without awareness. Do you know what I mean? Where they're like, this is bad because they're just not thinking about that shit. These things that are done in this movie are intentional.
No, it's bad.
Potentially, I would say that maybe the size differentiation probably wasn't considered because it doesn't matter. That's not really the point of the film.
It matters. Look, you're trying to think about
how
you're going to survive this thing. And, you know, so they shoot the girl 3 times. She falls on the stove and burns the hell up. I'm like, good.
Because she had hand sanitizer on her.
She all over, right? She was just so annoying. So she got it. So I'm like, good, she gone. So all the while, right? She gone. Here we go with the heroine in here. She rolling around with this dude for dear life. The new heroine, and I mean they going at it, man. They going at it. Now she had a knife stuck in her and twisted. And she's over there fighting. I was like, wow, really? Okay. You can get stabbed and you can just keep going. You can get twisted. You should be bled out, but all right, you're in there fighting and you're winning.
All right, you guys, I want you all to remember this shit, because this stuff, if you watch this movie, it's enjoyable and fun, and this is not an issue. But a lot of things that Montego really likes, we're going to talk. I'm just remembering. I'm going to put this in the memory bank.
Now, let me say
go hard on it.
But I really was enjoying myself for a while with this, but then that kind of shit, it pulled me straight out of this damn movie. So the girl gets up and comes in after she burnt up and got shot twice.
Yep.
And I'm like, she made it, huh? Okay, so she gets shot. Old boy gets stabbed to the max, right? All over.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the front and that was satisfying for me, because it was like
when he says, "What about my ending?" and she was like, "Here it comes." I think that's a great horror line.
Yeah, it was good.
And she slits his throat. Yeah.
And then she like slit his throat right after he got stabbed 19 times. She stabbed him through
the
jaw.
But that's the thing. It's hyper violence. It's intentional hyper violence.
No problem with that, Tiffabot. The stuff that I've complained about, that's what just made me mad about this thing, and it took me out of it. That anger took me out of it, because it was just like, I just don't even think you can do better than that. You don't have to do intentional. I'm just like,
I'll see you guys in 5 to 10 years when this is one of Montego's favorite films.
So let me ask you, Tiffabot.
Yes.
Where does this one fall in the series for you? This is your number 2 favorite now?
Oh yeah.
It shot past what? Did you like any of them?
I like all of them.
You like all of them?
That's the thing is, yeah. So like, I just think that's
2. I've seen 2.
That's like the problem is maybe, we'll see. I would like to know if someone else.
Tiff, This is our podcast. There's nobody else coming on their opinion here.
No. I meant to say, like, I would like to know if, because, you know, we are at a deadlock on that particular instance. I would like to know if someone else was like, yeah, it's kind of a rose-colored glasses situation.
Oh yeah, I would like to know that too. So just reach out to us on our Twitter and stuff. I'd like to know, because
that's what I meant.
Yeah. I just, this one didn't do it for me too. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But those things was just like, this is dumb. It turned into dumb to me, you know. Anyway, so old boy didn't get up at the end of the movie, Tiff. So I didn't stay to see no. Was there any extra scenes or anything?
I didn't stay. I don't know. You know, I never stay.
Oh yeah, I because the theater lights didn't come on, but I was
ready. As soon as it's over, I'm out the door. Like, as soon as I even get the inkling that it's going to be over, my ass is out of the seat.
Yeah. So I did enjoy myself, but then I got pissed off. So that's where I lied. This sucker. There's some enjoyment. Then I got pissed. So I'm serious. I was enjoying it. Then I got pissed. So that's where I'm at with this. And Tiff is going to see it again. Thumbs double up. So that's the trip. So anyway, any final words on screen, Tiff?
No, I don't listen to Montego. I mean, as always, don't listen to Montego.
All right. Well, that's it, Tiff. We came to do the damn thing. We got it done. We got through this thing. We got to figure out a way to boost up your internet over there, so you get that little blur be gone from you. You look like you doing the Flash.
Coming from the past. Right. I'm streaming from 1995. Okay, anyway.
Anyway, man. So that's it. Did we figure out what we was doing for next week? We doing something?
Yeah, we are going to watch Don't Look Up.
Yes.
And then etc.
Yes. So we'll do that. And so until next week, I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my dynamite. I didn't piss her off co-host, Miss Tifflebot. Say goodbye to the people.
It's been a pleasure as always.
All right. Until next week, we'll be
on
Patrol.
Time.